world,
And we're live.
environments and characters. Crash Bandicoot always looked pretty suave. But wait
Alright,
until you see
full
spinning
screen.
heads in native
Let me know how that
4K
looks.
60 frames per second.
Looks good for
Weight in the
me.
universe on
I'm
your
just gonna
shoulders.
find your stream.
Probably
Hi,
some
everyone.
errands to run. There's little
Is it
time
too
to wait
loud?
on loading screens. The
It's fine
DualSense
for me.
wireless controllers bring adaptive triggers to your fingertips.
So what's...
So you can feel the blast.
They're talking
when you
about
approach
Crash,
the DNA
of all
chain
things,
ray
that they
gun.
could talk about?
Or feel the grip when you grapple a Tana's hookshot. Hold on tight when you feel the boost of Crash's jetboard, and really feel the suck when you vacuum his Dingo Dial. Looking to get fully immersed in the Crash Bandicoot universe? Crank it up to 11 and take your audio into an all-new dimension with enhanced 3D audio. Achieving the infamous 106% completion
I don't know,
is the
what
sign of
are
a
they
true
talking about?
Bandicoot master. But should our genetically mutated marsupial lose
Yeah, it's
his
just
way,
Crash stuff right now.
leverage PlayStation
Why?
5
For what,
activity
PlayStation
cards to
5?
track
Like,
your progress.
it just... They're adding stuff to it?
For things like time trials,
Guess so.
flashback levels, and boss fights. I bet Entropy wishes he had that. Even bring your incomplete save
Well,
over
it was good.
from the
Crash is
PlayStation
lame.
4
Alright, thanks,
and
Kevin.
use the activity cards to get to 106%.
Okay,
I'm not disagreeing.
okay,
One more
so...
thing.
Okay,
If you
so
own
it
the
is good,
PS4
though?
version of the game, an upgrade option is available.
Sounds good.
Check out the PlayStation blog for full details. Whether it's your first playthrough or your 100th, there's no better time to experience.
I mean, I like Crash,
Bandicoot
but...
4 without time on PlayStation
I'd like to
5.
know. Could do better. I mean, it's starting out. Give it a break. March 12th? Alright.
Welcome back, Crash. The gang's all here on today's new edition of State of Play. We've got some great updates lined up for you.
How long is this supposed to go for? Do we know?
First, let's check out the latest
would say
and
maybe about
eagerly
half
anticipated
hour,
game
45
coming
minutes.
to the PS5 console this spring
'Kay.
from PlayStation Studios.
Hey everyone, we at Housemark are excited to give you this sneak peek at Returnal. In Returnal, you will play as Celine, an Astra scout, who crash lands on an alien
this one,
planet
like,
Atropos, after receiving
sure
a
how I feel
mysterious
about.
signal, White Shadow.
Have we seen...
Players will explore this inscrutable, dark
We've seen
planet
like
in
brief
search for
gameplay of it, but
and
it
unfold
didn't look
mysteries,
too appealing
which
to
may
me at the
point to a
time.
larger force at play.
Okay, it looks interesting. Well...
It does.
Action and
I will say
quickly
that.
maneuvering your way above and around
Because it reminds me so
huge
much of like Recore, I think, which I wasn't huge on. I get that vibes from this game and the movement and everything. I'm not sure it's up my alley. But it looks like it could be fun.
Yeah, it looks alright.
With the large variety of enemies and the vast number of unique
I am,
movesets
like,
each possess,
What a dead of an opening
Multitasking
game.
at the moment, but I am listening.
I agree that Crash 4 is not what you open with. I mean, I like Crash, but it's already out. Had it been an announcement for Crash coming out, to me that would have been bigger.
Yeah.
every time you die and restart,
I think they're kind of just
the world
getting
will
the
change.
small things out of the way
The map
first,
will be
maybe, and then
different.
going big.
Enemies will appear in new locations
I hope we see
and
some
in
new stuff.
differing numbers, so you have to think fast
Same.
and adapt. Here you can see the use of the lightning alt fire, which is great for crowd control. This is one of many alt fires that you can acquire in the game. You will stumble across
What, dead of an
mysterious
opening?
devices
Yeah.
that can grant rewards
Are
to
they talking
the player.
about PS5
These will vary
specific
from
features?
weapons, consumables, and upgrades.
I may have missed that part. I am sorry.
Playstyle
I don't
and
think
make
so.
each cycle feel unique. Besides the intense combat, Returnal also has a deep and engaging narrative. We allow players to piece together the puzzle that is the story of Celine as they venture deeper and deeper into Atropos and into her personal nightmare.
I mean, this I'd have to see some reviews of this to see if it's actually worth it. Because maybe the story's kind of interesting, and the mystery of everything and how you find things out and slowly investigate. This looks kind of weird.
That's
though.
kind of how I feel.
I don't want it to be like supernatural stuff. I'm okay with like,
Yeah.
because supernatural stuff, like then the house isn't really there and it's there because of some kind of mystical thing. I don't care about that.
There's no comfort here. No safe space.
I think for what you should do, Kevin, is play Final Fantasy VII. If you want more PS5 games, just play Final Fantasy VII.
Exactly as I left it.
Wait a minute.
What?
That wasn't PT, right?
Returnal lands on April 30th, and it's developed by the talented
I
team
need to
at
look back at that
Hasbro.
real quick, or I'm going crazy.
Next, let's take a closer look at a high-impact new PS4 game called Knockout City.
No, maybe not. Okay, maybe I'm just going crazy. Yeah, it's not. Never mind.
Ah, this
For
again.
a second, I thought that was a hallway with PT. I'm like, wasn't that Konami? Wait a minute.
Hi, I'm Josh from Bellin Studios. We're
I'm
an
all over
indie
the place, it's
developer
not.
based in upstate
Ignore
New
me.
York, and we recently announced Knockout City, a team-based multiplayer action game. for
We've seen
PS4
this
where
before, I
rival
feel,
crews
right?
settle their
Where
scores
did
with
we see
epic
this?
This was in the direct.
Nintendo
Knockout City
Direct?
is easy to pick up and play,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of depth here for those who've got the skills.
Why waste time? Oh, they're
1v1
really
face-off
pushing this.
mode, you'll
The
go head-to-head
developers
in
of
a
this game are like,
constantly shrinking
please push our
battleground,
game.
relying on your reflexes and
I mean,
abilities.
So far, slow
A
start.
well-timed catcher powers
Yeah.
up the ball, making it easier to land a hit.
I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but it's not. I don't
Use trick
know.
shots to
There's
lob
other
a ball
games I'd
over a
rather
ledge
play.
or hook it around
It doesn't look
I may
bad.
get,
It doesn't look bad.
Kevin says
Fake a
I'm.
throw to mess up your
Kevin
opponent's
says I
target
may
and
end
knock them
up
out
getting
before you can
Returnal
recover. When you're
simply
in the
because I
tough
want
spot
more
with the ball
PS5
coming your
games, but I'm
way,
definitely
the
not
last
sold.
second
That's why I told him to get
Then knock out
FF7.
and stay
Well,
in the
play
fight.
FF7 instead.
Keep your wits about you and
Oh,
outplay
gotcha,
your
okay.
opponent to bring home a win.
I'm catching up.
That's true. That he doesn't play games that he
I
owns.
just got out of work.
Let's jump into Team KO, our 3v3 mode.
Okay, so I think I'm
Teamwork
caught up
makes
in
the
the
dream
chat
work in
right
Knockout
now.
City.
Ugh.
If your crew is outmatched, a well-coordinated team can still dominate.
Knockout City. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I'm not
Playing
gonna get
Valley
it.
Brawl, a new map that you'll find in our upcoming crossplay beta. The special ball for this match is the
just
Sniper
another
Ball,
battle
which
royale
locks
to
onto
me.
targets from far
Yeah.
across the map and wham!
Which I'm like,
you can
there's
take
just
them out
an
before they
abundance
have
of
a
them at
chance
this
to
point.
react. Beyond special balls, each map features a unique mechanic. In Back Alley Brawl, you
I
can
get
hop
like a
into tube
Splatoon
and
vibe
get away
battle
before using them
royale.
to sneak up on your opponents.
Sort of.
Caught empty-handed, you can literally become the ball, a new weapon for your teammate.
I mean, it's actually kind
Or
of
risk
cool.
it all. Charge up a
But,
teammate, launch them
yeah.
high into the air with an ultimate throw, and they'll land in a huge instant KO explosion. The team here at Velen has been obsessed
So how are we
with
all doing
building this
today?
world over the last 4 years.
Not too bad. I trained
Knockout
again
City is
today.
coming out
Eh.
May 21st, and
I'm
we'd
not
love
training
your help
tomorrow
with our
though,
final
which is
stretch
nice.
of the
I'm probably gonna be the contact
Tell
for
your
the people
crew
that
and sign
are
up for
still
our
doing a
crossplay
bunch of
beta at
reading and
knockoutscity.com
courses and
to
stuff
play early
tomorrow,
on
which always
PlayStation.
sucks because then
See you soon,
they get so many
brawlers.
technical issues. But at least I'm not
Gotcha.
training. You?
I am off tomorrow. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing.
The Legend of Dragoon could save this, Kevin says.
It
Yes.
could, but will it?
Time for something new. Here's your
So we
first
need
look
Ivan
at
in
an
there.
upcoming PS5 game from the team at Slow Clap.
And I love it.
Ah, look at the graphics on that. This is not. What is this? Is this
Why am I
indie?
getting?
What is this?
Why are they taking talking about this so long? I know.
This looks like it runs on PS2. Okay, I guess the hitting
feel
is a
like
little bit
this is
faster,
like
so
a-
maybe PS3.
I feel like this kind of feels like a movie, like where you have like the hallway scene and the main character's just like beating up everyone around you.
Like in Daredevil. That was such a good scene.
Yeah, Daredevil. I'm thinking John Wick. Maybe
Oh, John Wick was so freaking good too. Man, his scene, the third
I
one.
will say,
the
gameplay
gunshot.
actually kind of looks fun. Obviously, maybe it's visually it's different. I'm kind of wondering what they're doing with this.
I actually don't mind the art
The
style.
character keeps getting older and older.
It's so
I'm kinda
weird.
curious.
Okay, I
That
keep
was the
forgetting that we're
debut of
2021,
Sifu,
so I'm like,
coming to
ah,
the
next
PS5
year,
console
ah,
later
next
this
year, and it's
year.
like, no, that's this year some point.
Now let's get an update on Solar Ash, an epic new PS5 adventure from Heart Machine.
Kind of curious on Sifu.
I don't want to see this game.
What is this called? Solar Ash, you said?
I don't know, something Ash.
I know you love your indie games. Is this an indie game? I have no idea.
Has to be.
Hey,
I was
everyone.
gonna say
I'm
actually, if it was like surfing like
creative
that,
director
and
of
it
Heart
kind
Machine.
of reminded me of Journey,
You might
and
know
I was like,
us as the team behind Hyperlight Drifter.
That's what I was thinking that
Today,
first
I'm
too. I
here
was
to show
thinking
you the
Journey.
first peek at
I mean, I
games
love
from
Journey,
the
so
Solar
that's,
Ash.
but
Solar Ash is a huge, stylish 3D
I actually don't mind it
platform
visually,
focused on
but not
speed,
interested.
movement,
I
and
get you.
fluidity. The game is set inside a giant black hole known as the Ultra Void, which has been consuming everything in its path. play as Ray, a daring Void Runner
Say-
who has decided to venture
Oh,
into
Tyler.
a terrifying anomaly as a last-ditch effort to save her homeworld. Ray is extremely agile, able to speed across the world with abilities akin to skating. On the ashen clouds, she can quickly cover great distances in our huge world. At its core, Solar Ash is a game about movement, and Ray has everything she needs to flow through the dangerous and unique world.
For an indie game, I don't know. Maybe.
As you journey to save your planet, you'll find
Maybe.
yourself face to face with grotesque
Maybe.
and
I'd have to
violent
see
creatures.
reviews.
Our combat system is simple, fast, and fluid.
It
Built
is.
to
It does look
empower
fluid. I
players
will
and
admit to
encourage
that. I do kind of like the
Yeah.
open world aspect. I like
As
the
you
look of the
explore
world.
Ultra World, enemy
even for an
encounters
indie
will
game.
Scale to greater and greater sizes.
What was that
Some of
one
these
game they
creatures
had
require
announced? It's
speed
reminding me of
and
that.
precise
What
timing
was
to
it?
defeat.
I think it came out at launch. It was on PS5 and I think PC too. One of the girls like flying around with like a hawk too, and there was like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ray will eventually need to face the massive sentinels.
So I was interested in that one. Visually, it looked
wretched and
amazing.
starved beasts that hold the key to
Not
her
feeling this
quest.
game, Kev. I mean, I'm not. I highly.
It looks okay.
I don't know.
It looks okay to me. Like nothing amazing. This actually looks kind of cool though.
Solar Ash is Heart Machine's vision of the adventure platformer. The giant spaces, the feel of movement, the flow of combat, and the high-stakes battles atop enormous beasts all come together to bring players something we think is incredibly unique, and more importantly, fun. This game is a labor of love for everyone on the Heart Machine team. We're excited to bring Solar
Falconeer,
Ash to
yeah.
PS5 and PS4 later this year.
It gave me somewhat Valkyrie vibes.
If you're a fan of scary games, this next one is for you.
When I first found you, you were nothing. You were small, pathetic. But now, you are more. Are you ready?
Is this Five Nights?
I don't know what this is.
I don't know why I'm thinking Five Nights. I don't think it's Five Nights. Oh yeah, it is.
I mean,
Thumbs down. I feel like this is Five Nights, but I'm not sure if this is actually Five Nights. Like gameplay wise. Now I feel like it's Five Nights at Freddy meets Rock Band all of a sudden. I'm very confused.
what the heck?
Gregory, we can get you out of here.
Is it a new
you and
one?
me together.
Oh, this is 100% Five Nights at Freddy. I'm just trying to figure out the
They won't
gameplay.
stop hunting you. None of them will stop hunting you.
Oh, this is like an FPS game.
I don't know how I feel about
We
this.
have to get you out by morning.
I'm kind of interested. Because they're changing the gameplay and the formula of the game. But it's still similar. There was a, what was it, Nicolas Cage, I think, just came out with a movie that's very, very similar to this.
Yeah, like a few years, or he's yeah. Well, I mean that's
Yeah, a
that's
couple
kind of
months
this
ago.
creepiness, right?
What was that? I'm curious. This is
That was a
definitely
chilling
different.
new look at Five Nights at Freddy's security breach. Up next, let's take a tour of Oddworld Soulstorm.
I mean,
Another odd.
I can't remember how many odd worlds we've
I
had.
feel like so far we're seeing a lot of games that we've already
Today, I'm
seen.
going to take you on a brief tour
That
of
one
our
was the
newest
first.
game,
Well, we've seen a
Oddworld
couple new ones, I
Soulstorm.
guess. Maybe
They've
already.
always known you
Ignore
would
me.
come. Do you know why you have?
In
I'm just not sure how
Soulstorm,
much
you
more they can show of
reprise
this
the
game.
role of Abe, accidental hero turned unlikely leader of an emerging revolution. As you do battle through weird and wonderful environments in an effort to escape
game-
all-powerful and eternally greedy Gluckins.
I mean, that
We
looks
really
nice.
wanted to
The
bring
cutscenes
this
look
world
good.
to life with what we call
Thumbs down,
2.9D
Kev.
platform, which adds much
Don't
more
blame me.
depth and
I
immersion
don't
for
think
the
I would
player.
ever buy
This
this.
sense
The
of
only reason why I would
connection
buy
is
it
also
is because I would
reinforced
want
through
games
the
on the
use of
PS5.
DualSense's
That's pretty much it. And
I
and
could
that's,
see
You'll
this
now be able to feel
going to
Abe's
like
heartbeat
PlayStation
in
Plus
high
pretty
alert
quick.
and suspenseful
Yeah.
Like for
situations.
free or something like that. At least within like
There
a
are
year.
well over 1,000 fellow Mudokons that you must try to save along the way. But they are far more than helpless workers looking to be saved. When used effectively, you'll be able to solve puzzles, harness their combined energy, and be given the tools they need to fight alongside you.
Wake me up
And
when
there
the
will be
Jar Jar
times
shows
when the
up.
extra hands will be
Alright,
needed
you'll be
as you
sleeping
face
for the
off
rest
against
of
an
the
array
show.
of heavily armed enemies that will stop
We're
at
17
nothing
minutes
to
in and I'm
find
end
like
Abe
there's
once
and for all.
I
Nothing
already
where I'm
forgot
like,
about
whoa.
like if there's
In
anything
order
that I
stand
wanted
a
to see.
chance
I don't think
against
there's
this
anything
much
that I would buy
larger
day
threat,
one.
We gave Abe the ability to scavenge, loot, and pickpocket items from his surroundings and use them to craft an
There's
Yeah, I agree.
impressive
None of these I
arsenal
would
of
buy
his
day
own
one.
to
Everything's
100%.
very
share with others.
lukewarm. Like it's all stuff that like
You can also play as a non-lethal pacifist or an agent of chaos. We wanted you to have the choice. But there is one iconic ability for our shamanic protagonist, Possession.
I feel like there would be
This
enough people
mystical
that are
power
interested in
allows
this
you to
game though,
take
because
control
I
of
think the
your
Oddworld
foes and
games
use their strengths and
do
weapons
have like
against
some
them,
kind of
or use them to
following.
gain
So
access to paths
I do
still
agree with
ahead.
that. There is like a following with it.
so
And there are going to be
Oddworld
people that are
universe
going
is
to
the
want to
first
play it.
place, and this means that there are
I don't
some
think it's gonna
environments
be-
and
it's just not a
situations that require
lot
a
of
little more
people.
thought, patience,
But
and
there's a
stealth.
following.
yeah.
You'll find dark and dangerous caves,
Not for
heavily
me.
guarded industrial sites, and ancient forgotten lands. Here, we've built lots of opportunities for you to test your skills and find different ways to handle things. It
Some of
won't
the
be
mechanics
easy.
look
If
interesting,
being
though,
hunted by an
based on
army
what you have
backed
to
by a
do.
shady and wealthy organization isn't bad enough. There are also more dangers in the forms of natural obstacles, ancient traps, trials against swarming dark creatures, and industrial hazards that must be dodged, crossed,
that's
and
painful.
avoided. Ultimately, Abe's journey is one of hope, freedom, and truth. There is a rich and engaging narrative to discover in a
Same. I mean,
world full
Returnal
of
looks
lies.
kind of interesting,
And
but
we've
more
been
like a
able to
buy
bring
after
our
6 months
characters to
game.
life
Yeah.
like never before.
Like
In
yeah,
true
no, I would
old-fashioned
pay like maybe
actions
20
in-game,
bucks for
you
that
decide
max,
the
and that's
fate of
if
Abe and all
it gets
those
like
you managed
really
to
good
liberate along the way.
reviews, and that's
we
like
can't wait to
$20
see what
Canadian,
you
not
will do.
American.
Maybe.
And they'll charge like 90 bucks for it most chance. I mean, they might not in Canada. It'll be either 80 or 90, but that's way too much. There's no way I would pay that much for it. How many Oddworlds have there been now?
That was
I
the
actually
latest
do
on
not know.
Oddworld Soulstorm. And here's some exciting news. Active PlayStation Plus members will get the PS5 version for no extra cost
'Kay.
starting in April.
I mean,
PS5
that's-
version for no extra
What,
cost.
what was I just
starting in
saying?
April.
Makes sense. I
Moving
mean,
on, it's time to catch up
Oh,
with
actually, this one I'm
Kena
kind of
Bridge of
interested
Spirits,
I
a
think that
gorgeous
this
new
one, out
adventure
of all
we
the
last
games
saw
that they've
in
showed,
the
this is the
PS5
one that
showcase.
I'm probably most interested in. But it's just, none of this is new right now, right? Like, have they shown anything that's new? I feel like we've seen all of these games before. Even the Oddworld game, I feel like we saw last year.
Other than the Five Nights game, and I think
Oh.
that's a Sifu.
Yeah.
This is going to be a mix of gameplay and cinematics, so I'm curious what the gameplay is going to be like. I think they've already showed some gameplay. I just want to see more.
This one looks fun. I like the look of it.
The rats seem quite fond of you. They're usually timid.
It's cute. I like the environment that they have. Like, it looks really nice. The
This is probably the first game I've seen so far. Actually, looks like a next-gen game.
not during when the
Before PS5.
gameplay. Yeah, when we see gameplay, it looks like it.
Gameplay, even the cinematics and everything look really good.
I don't know if I'm feeling the cinematics.
But that power
Gameplay though.
Mine's more like not so much like maybe like the face, but like the hair movement and all that actually looks really good.
Yeah. That's what, like, when I look at the environment and stuff, and you see like the wind blowing in the trees and the leaves are moving, or the grass and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
All right.
This looks like it would be fun. It looks nice. I'm curious to see how it would feel on a PlayStation 5. That looks nice. That looks really nice. I wonder how open world this is going to be. Yeah, Kevin says this might be a day one buy for him. I kind of feel the same. This, like, well, depending on when it comes out and if I'll have a PS5 by that point.
That's probably what I like about it. When they do the little flower thing and all like everything goes from like dead to green.
Yeah.
You have to go now.
Looks so good.
Oh yeah, that cinematic. I did see the hair, and I agree. It did look pretty good.
I kind of get Fable vibes. Maybe that's just like a teeny bit.
Land can be hid, but you cannot stay here, Spirit.
Or maybe even Beyond Good and Evil.
You must move on.
I'm digging it.
That game seems like a you game for sure. Yeah, that does, Kevin. It reminds me of Zelda, to a degree.
Path of the spirit guide is
Even the music reminds me of like Ori a little bit. It's like a mix of like a bunch of stuff.
August
I'm digging it.
24th. Not bad.
Now let's settle in for a stylish new look
Summer
at
release?
Deathloop, a PS5 first-person shooter developed by
Eh.
the team at Arcane.
What?
You'll never, ever break this loop.
There's no never here. Just you, me.
Bring it, baby.
So far, Nintendo Direct is winning, in my opinion. I really like RPGs. So to me, that
goes out to the handsome asshole trying to break our loop. Colt, the visionaries are ready to dance. Are you?
I agree. Yeah.
Toxic illusion. Falling deeper spiral.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
how many times are we going to see this game? It's never going to end, man.
I forget. Is this from Bethesda? Or am I thinking of a different developer?
I have no idea. I just know I don't really want this game. Why does it have like this James Bond-esque
I was thinking that too.
theme song? My God, really?
Looks exactly the same every time they show it. A little bit, yeah.
You're doomed! Somebody's feeling feisty.
Where you been hiding? Boy, do I got a bone to pick with you.
If Hurricane Students was okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure they did like Dishonored, I think. That's what, because that's the vibes I'm getting out of this Dishonored.
Yeah, I get that too. Would you get this, Jason? Like,
Not day
cheap?
one, but possibly for cheap.
I don't think I will.
Hurricane.
But die again.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like a day one
Before
buy,
we
but
leave,
possibly
how
cheap,
about
depending
a
on how good.
Huge update for one of 2020's most
Before we
celebrated
leave?
games.
Is this the end?
But wait, let's see.
Wow!
Oh.
Alright! There you go, Kev. This is your reason to play Final Fantasy VII.
So I'm guessing this is like gonna be like the second half.
No, this is still
Second
the first.
two-thirds.
This is still the remake.
Okay.
Now it's my turn.
But probably just updated for PS5. God, such a good game.
A touching reunion.
Well, guys, your girl finally made it to Midgar.
I just realized the new voice actor for Sephiroth was what's his name? Tyler.
Wait a minute.
Quinn?
My name
What?
is Yuffie, Materia Hunter and Elite Special Forces operative for the new Wutai government. We'll prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to
So
be
the second
trifled
part.
with.
That's where I kind of
Members
figured they were
Avalanche,
going with
we
this.
got this.
I'm back.
Ah, there you are. Someone's been expecting you. What took you?
Sorry about that. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. I'm Sonon Kusakabe.
I love your face right now.
We lost. You what?
He will be okay though, right?
Well, of course he will.
They're the ones who blew up the reactors.
Oh, well, eventually coming in past after the years.
Can we say
Yeah.
hi?
Okay, they've saved themselves with this.
After what they've done, you gotta assume Shinra's on their tail.
Look, a Moogle.
Stop! We gotta help.
How do we get away from people? Look, a Moogle.
Oh man. They were showing at the beginning, they were only showing Final Fantasy VII, the original remake. But this is... I don't know if this is going to be DLC or is it going to be the second game.
No freaking way!
This to me feels like DLC. Which I'd be fine with. I mean, it's more of the story, and I will actually get this DLC. I rarely ever get DLC. I will get this DLC.
You guys should probably get moving.
Got it.
Whatever it is they're planning, you're better off out of it.
They deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, they do. But I'm not your sister.
There you are.
Who are these jerks?
No clue. It just appeared.
Intergrade.
Now, let the hunt begin.
Okay, I don't understand if this is DLC or if this is another game. Is this the next game? Is we're gonna have a physical copy of this, or is this DLC for the first remake?
Wait. Still going. Get
Oh.
PS5 enhancement.
That looks nice, man. I didn't think that there would be... I actually noticed a difference. A lot crisper and smoother. Wow.
The lighting looks a little bit better,
Yeah.
too. That's a lot better.
Such a good game.
Oh, they still have the game for the PS5 in the meantime. Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah, I
which,
agree. Yeah. Instead of waiting for this. But Intergrade, is that just going to
That
be a
looks
little
good.
bit of an expansion, or is it the next game? I have no idea.
they'll probably release more details after.
Yeah.
this.
Such a good game. You both need to play this. What else are they going to practice? That's nice.
So they're gonna probably. Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Thalio mode.
That's a random thing to... I mean, kind of cool, I guess, but...
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Wait, what?
This was the definitive edition with DLC.
That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like this is like the full next game that we're getting.
Yep.
If you want a copy of the version, you can even carry over your save file in episodes featuring you. New episode. Okay, yeah, this is just like DLC or an expansion. It's not like a full... I mean, I'm still super excited. I will play this definitely. Definitely. But,
That was the reveal of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, coming to the PS5 console later this year. And that's our show. We hope you're as excited as we are for what's to come in 2021.
Honestly?
See you next time.
PlayStation.
That's kind of weak.
Yup. That is kind of weak. Let's...
I don't...
Stop streaming.
I didn't necessarily hate it. But there was nothing that really like made me go like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just get anything. That was just more... I mean... Essentially just the same things are very new. They give it like a little bit more details.
Yeah.
New stuff announced, but nothing like I really jump in and go like, oh my god, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm excited to play more of Final Fantasy VII, and I'm happy that we're getting confirmation that they are upgrading it for the PS5. That makes me happy. We're getting a new episode. That won't be very long though. I don't think so. Like, we're getting a bit more. We're getting a DLC for Final Fantasy VII. That to me is big because I love Final Fantasy VII. But that was it. There was nothing else in here that really sold me on anything.
I mean, what we have like noteworthy. Let's say like we started with Crash. It was just some more details about it. Okay. Yeah, that Sifu game. I mean, that game. I'm curious about. Like, they had games that dropped off that I'm like, I'm curious. But I'm not going to be like, I'm sold. But I'm curious. Sifu's one of them where I'm like, oh, I'm curious where is this going to go.
Oh wait, no, that other game. What's the other game? That the cute game that looks really nice with the.
I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like Kena.
Okay.
Kenya.
Okay. That one looks pretty good. That one, but we had seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, if I have a PS5 by August, I would probably get that day one. If I almost feel like I need a PS5 now for June though to get that Final Fantasy VII expansion just for that. That's how I feel.
I think what I'm most worried about is like they didn't mention anything about Horizon Forbidden West. There's nothing about the new God of War.
God of War, I don't feel was going to be this year anyway. I think that's going to be a 2022 game. But Horizon, I feel could be a fall game. And I'm I'm also in the same boat where I'm kind of worried about. Because they need something,
both
right?
These games, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like both these games. I think one of them should be a fall game. But I also feel like they could also both be next year as well with everything going on right now.
Yeah. Whoops.
Possibly.
What did I just do? Make that big.
But I feel like if it had to be one of them this year, I would think it would be Horizon.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. But overall, just okay games. Nothing that like jumped at me. The Final Fantasy remake news is great. Personally, I still haven't played the original Final Fantasy or the remake, so I don't know much about what was shown in there.
To me, it would for you to really appreciate the remake. I feel like you would almost have to go back and play the original. I really do. I think you would like the original still.
I have played it.
Okay.
Like a little bit, but I haven't finished it.
All you would need to do is honestly play the first 5 hours of the game. And,
I have played 5 hours.
Okay, well then you can play the remake. I feel like you'd almost have to do, like, depending on how long it's been. But I feel that like you would have to play the first 5 hours. I feel like you'd have to go a little bit further. There's things that they kind of allude to, and they something I can't say anything without spoiling. So I won't say anything. But I feel like for you to really appreciate, you'd almost have to beat the game. But it's very faithful. For quite a bit of it is quite faithful to the game, and that's the first 5 hours.
Gotcha.
I can't say anything else. But I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm very excited, and I think you should play that.
I'm
I think
happy
you should
you're
stream it.
excited for
I
that.
think that you should play Final Fantasy VII, the original, and then I think you should stream Final Fantasy VII, the remake, and then play this expansion. I just think that to me, this is just all Final Fantasy VII related.
The rumors have been consistent that God of War is 2021, but we'll see. I agree, 2022 seems more likely. Yeah. But no news now. I mean, they could definitely wait until like June, July before they announce anything, possibly during E3 or the Summer Game Fest.
Yes, that is true. If E3 is happening, or we get Summer Game Fest again, I think that's the opportune time to really kind of try to push this.
I don't know for sure we're getting Summer Game Fest again. I don't know about E3 yet.
We got to get, as long as we get something.
I feel like Summer Game Fest could be like the new E3, the way things are looking right now.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, who knows?
Yeah. All right. Well,
right now,
to me, I think Nintendo Direct was much better. I even with Final Fantasy VII there, Final Fantasy VII is the only thing that kept that alive. And while I think a lot of people would say that the only good things for the Direct were maybe Skyward Sword and Splatoon 3, if you're really into those games. I mean, Project Triangle Strategy, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, that game, if you're into RPGs, is freaking awesome. And then there's a lot of other RPGs. So if you like RPGs, which I do, and you do as well, to me it was a pretty good Direct. It wasn't the best Direct that we've had by far, but it's not the worst. I'd say it's in the mid-range. And in this state of play, nothing new. So I'm hoping that at around E3 or June we get another state of play or an E3 showing of some kind, or Summer Game Fest from just something from Sony, and we see some good stuff. Because right now there's no reason for me to pick up a PS5. Maybe for Final Fantasy VII. Crap.
You know what? Even then, I'm still looking at PS5s online, still trying to get them. Even though I probably won't play it much, other than playing the PS4 games I still need to play.
Yeah.
And that's really the only reason why I would want to get a PS5 right now, just to play those games. Like, I still want to play Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, the previous one. Like, there's other PS4 games that have been enhanced on the PS5, and they look amazing.
Yeah.
So I'd rather play those games at the moment than some of the games that are actually coming out soon for PS5.
Because I've never beaten Horizon. I'd like to play that. The God of War that came out on PS4, that's what I would like to play on it as well. There's probably Final Fantasy 15 I have still not played. I played most of my PS4 games I have not played. Uncharted 4, like there's a lot of games that I would like to play on the PS4 on the PS5 instead, like that are on the PS4 that came out for the PS4. And that's essentially what I would be using it for. But it would be nice to have, maybe a big game every 2 months to kind of justify buying it. Even every 3 months. If I got 4 games, 4 PS5, exclusives would be better because I always like, for some reason, exclusives. Then I'd be very happy. So.
Yeah, I think for now, kind of what I figured it was going to be when the consoles launch. Like, they're going to launch. It's going to be a very high demand, but they're not going to have much for at least the first year or two.
Yeah.
And I think at least by next year, we're going to start seeing games come out. But it's going to take at least a year. Like, they'll release the console, then we'll get the games.
Yeah.
And then we'll start finally seeing, like, what next gen's like.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, I'm happy with this stream. Thank you for joining me, Jason. Yeah. It was fun. Thank you for people joining in. Kind of lackluster, but
It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just okay at best.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. We'll check you out next time, and you have been bearded in.